Hey guys, Third Shit Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zakk.
We're back here with Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Last week we finished the Zillo Beast arc, and I know you liked it quite a bit. It's kind of a fan favorite.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're on to a new arc this week. Real quick though, touch again what you thought of the last episode.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
A lot of moments remind me of the original Godzilla film, and plus Shin Godzilla. I got notes here because my memory isn't as good as you feign it to be. But moments with the air raid sirens. We touched on moral courage and developing technology based off studying this animal.
Yeah.
And whether or not we would go through the
You didn't say what you would do, by the way.
What I would do?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would squash all those environmentalist hope and dreams, and
well, you need environmentalists.
I know. I'm just dicking around, but I mean, in all honesty, though, if you look at trying to save these people's lives, like how much do you weigh? It reminds me a lot of current debate on what a human's life is worth, and compared to preserving the planet.
Yeah.
When you're trying to weigh the two, and I mean, to me personally, that's a pretty fucking big question, even for a person that's in the power to affect it. And
yeah, because
you look at what you think is expendable for people and their resources and their livelihoods. I mean, that's a very hard question. I mean, you look at you putting people out of work for the sake of the environment. So what about their children? What about their progeny?
I think if that happens, then the government needs to give them some kind of what's it called? It's like a sad word.
I don't know. Not really a stipend, but
it's not. Yeah, I was thinking stipend, but it's not that. It's like
compensation or something.
Like basically compensation. It's some kind of I thought it was a sadder word than that.
Well, we don't have the means. This government in particular does not have the resources or the means for a universal income. So you can't just dispense money to people that you don't have. Because right now we're just borrowing money left and right and printing it like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's inflating It's going to eventually hyperinflate our currency. To the detriment of our economy. But people aren't thinking that far ahead. They think, just give me money, which I need money, but I generally work for it.
Yeah.
So it's, you put yourself in those positions to, like, if you could say prolong the earth for, you have no real idea of the consequences. Well, I'm sure there are consequences coming in global warming.
Yeah. But, so it's just like, what if the earth is uninhabitable in 200 years?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it'd be worth it to. I guess I think of like every human who's ever lived and every human who's on here, like the hundreds of thousands that might be affected might be a small bit if we're going to be here for another 10,000 years.
Reminds me of King Bradley in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
When he's talking about his conversation with the Prince of Zhao, Ling.
Yeah.
He says, as if the people really matter when ruling a country. Ridiculous. And it's just, you weigh those kind of decisions, but people, I don't know. I mean, I think that you're talking about weighing not just one life. It's like somebody quoted Stalin as saying, and I don't know if it's accurate, but it's just a cool quote regardless. It's like one life. If you take one life, it's a murder. If you take 1,000 or 10,000 lives, it's a statistic.
Yeah.
So it takes the kind of...
Yeah, no, I get that.
So they just, I don't know. I think that if I were in that position, I thought they could end the war. And I thought I could. You're fighting droids. You're fighting this dispensable army.
Yeah.
Then I would probably kill the creature if I thought that's what you had to do.
Yeah.
But I thought that. But given the time of the episode, they probably had to rush things a little bit. You probably could have given that doctor a little bit more time to figure out a way to get that arm off there.
I think they wanted to have hit all the beats of a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and so, if you're in a position where you absolutely had to kill it in order to research it.
Yeah,
and your research team was sure that they could make something out of that.
Then it would be a certainty probably for me.
Yeah, I mean, even if you could synthesize, 75% of the strength of that creature's scales.
Yeah,
that would be a huge advantage.
It would
for any of your military equipment or personnel. So I just don't see why. Maybe a no-brainer if that was the case.
Yeah.
They were sure. If they'd be like, I don't know if we can do anything with it or not. Then
then it'd be hard to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
That being said, I like that arc, and now we have a new one.
Now go.
Yeah, very well.
Wow.
I brought dinner.
She does look very beautiful in Attack.
She does, yeah.
And he gave me something to bring home. We just have to... What?
You called this home.
What else would I call it?
Bread.
Bell-bottom pants, though. I'm throwing it all off.
I know how to make
Yeah.
lots of things.
Don't look bad there.
No, they look good right there.
Involved with the separatist, the banking clan is. Discover the truth in this matter. We must.
I couldn't agree more, Master Yoda. But if Senator Amidala has already refused to spy on Senator Clovis of the banking delegation, I am not sure how we can change her mind.
That is why we asked you to summon young Skywalker.
I've been signaling him all night. I don't know where he could be.
We can't reach either of them. What do you think's happening? I don't know. So come on.
I wish it could always be just like this.
Me too.
He could just leave the order.
Yeah, but he's the hero. He's...
I have to report to
Oh, it's so important that he's going to kill kids and all kinds of other people to
He
save her life.
He doesn't know that now.
Well, this is my point. It comes to that realization later.
Yeah.
Padme, you shouldn't take this personally. Duty comes first, especially in wartime.
Selected Senator Amidala, we have.
You want her to spy on Clovis?
We chose Senator Amidala because she and Clovis entered the Senate in the same year. They served on the same committees. They were good friends.
I didn't know that.
Personal matter. Know them, why would you? Trust you, she does, Skywalker. That is why convince her. You must.
Using Anakin's relationships again.
Yeah, but the art of deception is very prominent in politics and I want to say Japanese culture, but Japanese politics.
Yeah.
Especially during feudal Japan and maybe what a lot of this is based on.
I would hate that era.
Are you still mad about last night?
I don't want to spy on a colleague and an old friend.
Old friend? How well do you know Clovis?
That was before we were together.
Get your ass in there. Sit down.
I am just trying to... If Clovis is involved in a separatist conspiracy, the last place you should be is anywhere near him.
Clovis is conspiring with the separatists? Yoda didn't tell me that. I can't believe Clovis would do that.
Why the fuck would you think you need to spy on him?
I never stopped you from facing danger. You're constantly getting shot at.
I've been trained for that. I mean, I'm not gonna let you do it.
You're not going to let me? It's not your decision to make. Actually, I just changed my mind. You've convinced me that it's vital to learn what Clovis is doing. I accept the mission to spy on him. Don't take it personally, Anakin. Duty comes first. Especially in wartime.
Can't.
He should have said that, but they're both just being petty to each other.
It's a marital squabble.
Yeah.
Clovis and I haven't spoken in a long time.
A surprise, that is, given your past.
What does that mean, Senator?
At one point, Clovis and I were close.
They keep saying that cooks.
Do you think you'll be able to rekindle your friendship with him?
Oh, fuck.
Senator Clovis...
Come with me to Cato Nemoidia.
Are you inviting me for political reasons, or because you want us to be friends again?
Both, of course. I hope it'll be much better than old times.
Dude, that would bug me. Would it bug you?
Hell yeah, it would.
Oh, and this one's broken. Too bad.
That's kind of funny. Whoops.
There aren't any really good Nemoidians, are there?
Yeah.
I hope.
You should never have brought a member of the Senate here. We have company.
The hologram.
Shit.
Padme.
Sorry to intrude. I was lonely, so I came looking for you, and...
My dear.
What if we were to poison Senator Amidala? I think Clovis would do anything to save her, and only we would have the antidote. A toast to our new friendship.
How does a dress like that stand?
Force, man.
He doesn't have the force.
I don't know.
Padme?
Passcode accepted.
Tactical coordinates for Count Dooku's new droid foundry. And Clovis and the banking clan are behind it.
Give me your hand.
so good to me, Clovis.
Your heart is racing.
Because of you.
I wasn't sure you had feelings for me.
No matter how we feel.
Padme, what's wrong? She's been poisoned.
What do you mean?
Done it before.
Get a hold of yourself, Senator. She is a Republic spy.
No hologram is available.
She did steal it. I see now why you renewed our friendship. So you could spy on me and steal from me.
I did it for the Republic. I didn't want to believe that you were involved with the Separatists.
Get away from her.
If you want to live, Lockdot must have an antidote. She's stolen a very valuable disc from me. Return it, and I'll get the antidote from Lockdot. She must be saved because I love her.
In that case, I suggest you can help us back to the Senator's ship.
What is going on, Clovis?
We're taking her to her ship. Give me the antidote or you're dead.
You pay for this.
Now give me back my disc!
It's good to know you have a heart. I wish I could give you the disc, but I have a lot of faith in your survival skills.
No prick thing to do.
Oh, sorry. I'm altering the deal.
This is where he starts altering him.
Brad,
I like
alter to new code.
I like altering deals.
Clovis, we need to talk.
Guys, that was our reaction, and this is our discussion. What do you think?
I mean, I thought it was fucking awful. So.
You think it was awful?
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Well, it's a little better.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
I really
good.
like the dynamic change.
I have to say, it was better than I remembered.
You don't normally have a lot of that kind of romantic triangle shit.
Yeah.
The love triangles in Star Wars. I mean, you had a kind of hint of it when Leia kisses Luke.
Yeah, you don't have it in Clone Wars for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when with Leia, Luke, and Han, I mean, she never really delved into it with Luke. She kisses him.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
I feel like the audience at the time, because of Episode 4, they're probably thinking like, he's a
the hero.
He's gonna go with the princess.
I get that.
What was George thinking?
Most of Empire though was between Han and Leia.
It definitely was.
So it was definitely building.
Who would she pick in real life? She'd pick the older,
rugged, older guy that's living on the seat of his pants.
And she picks him in real life.
Yeah,
if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So I mean,
God rest her soul.
Yeah, and I thought that was a really nice inclusion into this. It's a good follow up to the Zillo arc because that was all action, and grandiose.
There's not one lightsaber or saber or explosion.
But you could see the tension for Anakin.
You see the tension for
because of his wife having to flirt with this guy and
we know everything Anakin does and how he feels in terms of what he would do to save her life and
so you can imagine how he feels when this fucking guy is trying to put the moves on her.
And you got to think because he's the Jedi, he has no means. He's like a monk. He's forsaken pretty much most personal belongings, love, and this is like this good-looking older guy. He's got a flashy job.
Yeah, got money.
Yeah, I mean he's a hero on the HoloNet and a hero in the world because of just being a war hero. But that's all he has. You know what I mean?
But they are married, and she has her means, I guess.
Yeah.
So he
did say our home.
He married into it.
Yeah, he married into some good money, didn't he?
But yeah, I mean, how would that make you feel? How does it make you feel in general if someone that's an ex of your wife's, or if you could tell that they're eyeballing her?
I mean, it's weird because I have exes that my wife and I have been able to have dinner with, and they're not interested in me anymore. I'm interested in them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're pretty, but they've married like a friend of mine or whatever. But when I've been around people that Joy's been with that are single and that she dumped, I see them eyeballing. I don't like it at all. I think it's different. I don't think it's surprising to say that for people to think that it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's if I was in Anakin's situation, I would be pretty uncomfortable. But I think they both kind of do the right thing, and they both, even in the beginning, they were petty. He should not have said, "I'm not going to let you."
Yeah.
Because I've felt that way about certain things, but I don't say that.
I've heard you say it in a few instances.
Maybe.
No fucking maybe. I know I've heard it. I lived with you for so many months.
Okay. Well, I think in his situation, he should have said it too. He should have said it. Yes. Well, you got to say something like, I don't think it's a good idea. You know what I mean?
That's not what you said.
When was this?
I don't want to give away too much of your personal information, but you just you put your foot down. You're not going. And I know it had to do with other people. Like there are men there or something or other. I know.
Well, I've had those conversations. I don't remember saying that, but if you heard it,
I did hear it.
I
wasn't.
You sure you weren't a little inebriated at the time?
I still remember it.
Okay. Well, if I said it, then maybe I shouldn't have said that, but he should have said it for sure. Okay. So, once again, we have the Jedi using Anakin's relationships.
I'll raise it back.
But like you said, a certain reaction. Yeah. But I don't think Anakin appreciates always being in the center of that.
Well, probably not. And I mean, this is all portrayed. I mean, I know Japanese culture and samurai film and things like that were used to influence George's vision for Star Wars. I don't know how much Japanese politics, feudal politics, and maybe even current ones. I'm not up to date, so I don't know. But I think politics in general is all about the art of deception. Yeah. I mean, they like it or not, admit it or not. Yeah. They're fucking lying a lot of times. They tell you what you need to know, basically. Yeah. They twist truths.
Or tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. And, the art of deception was very key in a lot of politics between political rivals and, different parts of the government system. Okay. So, if in mind of that, you're looking at this through kind of our Western eyes and kind of how we should perceive this, like there should be this truth. There should always be this truth. Yeah. And that's kind of how it's portrayed to Anakin from Palpatine. It's like, well, they're lying to you. They're deceivers. They're doing this. They're doing that. Yeah. Where he's doing the same thing. Or I guess maybe it's just through Anakin's eyes. It's very westernized. And
well, in episode 2, they always, Anakin's quoting Palpatine, and he said, and then Obi-Wan tells him, he's a politician, not to be trusted. Just being a politician.
Yeah. And it's just, it's, I don't know, you got to take it for what it is. Yeah. To me, and I think that it's portrayed in a way that's through a cultural lens. Mm-hmm. And I think modern cultural standards and perceptions
influence how we
definitely lean towards, well, we need to have this ultimate truth. We need ultimate truth. It reminds me of some Nietzsche I was reading the other day, and Nietzsche, how do you pronounce his name? I don't know. Yeah, Nietzsche's good enough for me. But he talks about there's this goal for ultimate truth, whereas you're basically, he says, and I'm paraphrasing, but you're not going to find it. Okay. And there's a ravenous appetite for it right now in our culture. Yeah. And I've been there. And I've come to find out that that's not the case.
Well, it depends. So, like Carl Jung, they disagreed a lot on that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think they both. It depends. I guess if we're talking about existential truth, if we're talking about different kinds of truth, I guess, right? Because I think they're both kind of talking about existential truth. I think for the most part. Yeah. So I mean, I think there's different philosophies on that. I mean, he certainly didn't subscribe to that, or a higher truth. No. Anakin, he doesn't have really the stomach for politics, neither does Vader. Yeah. And Padme...
But he's definitely a tool of them.
Yeah. And, Padme is one. He married one. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she and the Jedi use that because they know Clovis is guilty, but they can't prove it. And they don't want to interrogate it, so they just literally go on this spying mission.
Well, the great irony for Anakin is that he's ultimately always has been and always is going to be, that we know, until the minute he betrays Palpatine.
A tool.
That he's always a tool.
Yeah.
A willing tool. So you subscribe to these belief systems in society, or in his society, for instance, and you think that those are the ultimate truths for you. This is what needs to be accomplished. This is what needs to be done. So you align yourself with philosophies and politics that enforce that. Yeah. Or at least carry it out. And it didn't do him a lot of good.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, no, it didn't. I mean, because
and honestly, it doesn't do us a lot of good in modern living. So.
No, I try not to. I try to subscribe to an objective morality for the most part, instead of a objective truth, I guess. What's interesting, we still have Lot Dodd, who's been around in the prequels, who's been behind the scenes, like in episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I just know he's the Viceroy, but I don't know what the hell his name is.
Yeah, so we have, he, like him and Padme have a pretty bad history.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure
he's trying to kill her.
Yeah.
in Clone Wars, they wanted her dead.
Yeah. So him and the other Viceroy, which I can't remember his name right now, it eludes me. It's just interesting because Gunray. Yeah, Newt Gunray. It's just really interesting that they haven't been able to put him behind bars. I mean, there's reasons behind it, I don't know it at all, but political reasons, right? And we have the banking clan that they're supposed to be like the Iron Bank. They're supposed to be kind of neutral, but they've been siding with the Separatists. They have Lot Dodd. He's a member of the Separatist War Council. And the Jedi can't really prove it. Yeah. I mean, so we have Kate and Nemoidia is still a part of the Republic, which is weird because, like, everything that we see from Kate and Nemoidia with the Nemoidians, they're Separatist-like things, right? Yeah. And they have like a scummy history. We see in episode 1. We see in episode 2. Lot Dodd.
Answers, they need the money.
Yeah, Lot Dodd's who. Pretty sure he's in control of the not the Iron Bank, but the banking clan. Yeah.
No.
They're a part of the Separatist War Council. You know what I mean? So it just, and they're all profiting from this war. Yeah. So
it reminds me of like Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes: The Game of Shadows. With Jared Harris.
I love those movies. Yeah,
they're really good. And his goal was he just wanted to own everything so he can profit from all the wars and shit. Like, they're gonna blow themselves up anyway. I just want to own the bullets and the band-aids. Yeah. Essentially. So that's the thing, is if you control the money, you can get away with a lot of shit. So
no, I mean that's absolutely right. So this is the first time in G canon, which is like George canon, they mention a HoloNet. So it's in the EU, and it's like a big part of making the EU. I think it's the one thing they take from the modern world is like the internet and stuff like that, which I think it makes sense. Yeah. There's the HoloNet, which is like a combination of the internet and TV, and that's where in Revenge of the Sith in the beginning, like Anakin and Obi-Wan are like the heroes of the HoloNet. So they mention it for the first time in canon here. Okay. In G canon, I should say.
I will say some of the outfits in this like the settings remind me a lot of KOTOR.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember the guys at Russ. Is it Rush?
I think Rush Clovis is his name. Yeah.
I think they say like Russ, the way he pronounced it.
It could be Russ. Now I can't remember. But
I don't know.
Clovis.
Anyway, yeah, Clovis. Yeah. I mean, just his outfit. I don't know, for some reason, just put me in mind of KOTOR when I remember playing it. Yeah. But and like some of the scenes where he's running out of the bedroom to sneak them back to the ship.
Well, it's just funny. I feel like, ultimately there's a point in his life where he declined morally and he decided to betray his morals and his friends to make some money. And there's still a good guy in there, someone who cares about Padme. Yeah. I think he tried to do the right thing in the end.
Yeah, what were his morals to begin with? That was the thing.
They weren't good. Yeah, right? So, we saw him try to we saw him in the end try to do a good thing, but Anakin was like, see you later.
Yeah. Altering the deal.
I did think that was real funny. It reminded me of some slapstick stuff when they're going to kiss. It reminded me of like a dad driving in the front seat and he's
swerving.
Whoops! You know what I mean? But we also have this little tidbit. In episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Anakin and Padme, they're talking in Theed, like in the field, I think, like that. And she's talking about this guy that she was with. They were brought up together. I think his name was Palo. And she talks about like her being his first love, and Anakin's like, "All right, that's you don't have to tell me about it." They were going to make him Palo, but they just decided to make a different character instead.
So, it would have been a nice tie-in if they.
It would have been a nice. I thought like that's the one tie-in you want.
Yeah.
Not that Anakin made C-3PO. We
don't need that.
We don't need that. But this is a good tie-in.
Yeah.
But they decided to use someone else. When I was preparing for this, I remember thinking, I think it'll be a slow episode for you, but I actually really liked it.
No, I thought it was a good episode. It was a nice follow-up.
Well, sometimes I want to break from a bunch of action.
We had quite a nice dose of it with the Zillo arc. Yeah. So it's not a bad, campy episode by any means.
No, I think...
If it would have been bad, it was like a Jar Jar episode.
Yeah.
Following it up.
Although, I'll tell you what, he's got some good stuff.
He might, but I'm just saying that would have been more disappointing for me.
So. Do you remember when they're in the Senate and they're in there having their private conversation? So I was wondering about this, but it turns out in canon that when you are trying to have a private conversation in one of those Senate pods, there is like this sound dampening field that goes around you.
Yeah.
So no one can hear you.
I would imagine that's probably...
Well, I never knew that.
It had to be the case. So I didn't imagine the technology, but just... Obviously the intercom wasn't on.
Well, for me, it was just... I just accepted, like, well, they can't hear you, but if you're projecting on the intercom, then they can. Yeah. But there is an actual, canon technology. But yeah, so the Jedi are getting deeper and deeper into kind of like the Separatist War Council and those who are involved. We have Anakin and Padme's relationship, which seems to be a good relationship. It's just that they have their...
Like any marriage or relationship, there's disagreements.
Yeah, there's disagreements. Yeah. And they both have responsibilities outside their marriage that they take very seriously. Him being a Jedi, her being a senator. But, you know, like... See, Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor, those guys can act.
Yeah.
You know, like I know George Lucas was really leaning on kind of like the Shakespearean dialogue, and he wanted to separate himself from the original trilogy. But when they have their relationship shown on here, they lean back more into the middle, and I think it serves it pretty well.
It does.
I see the relationship here, and it's more believable than it is in the prequels.
Yeah,
which I love the prequels, but like the relationship part is the weakest thing for me.
Like, to me, I think if I were to put it nicely, the prequels are good enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trash them any more than I already have. I mean, I think that there's a lot of stuff I could have done without, but they serve their purpose. And
yeah, they're the background information for 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Which is the redemption and the rise of the sun and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, that's how it is.
That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction. If you like us and you want to support us, just like and subscribe. Okay, and hit that notification. Leave a comment down below. It really helps us. Tell us what you think about this arc and what you think of Clovis. And what would you do if you were Anakin, or what would you do if you were Padme?